Miss Jones ain't coming there with a bunch of luggage like she going on an international trip. He already got some luggage.
Got some luggage.
Yeah.
I don't want to carry yours.
Yeah. I'm trying to dump mine off now. So the same thing. And that's just in life.
That's right.
Any woman meet a man with a woman, you want to get to that table. This is where we got to identify the elephant in
You
that
need to
room.
throw some stuff out of that luggage.
Exactly.
Just
Lighten
lighten
it
that
up.
load.
Yo, welcome to the E7 Media Podcast. It's your host, Isaiah Robson. And on my right-hand side is Jennifer Robson, a.k.a. Jenny, as y'all know. And today we have two very special guests today, man. I'm just so very excited and thrilled for this conversation that we're getting ready to have. One of the individuals, we had him on here before, but the cameras was acting up on us. He's an author now, but he went from a 9-to-5 to an author, and now he created a very successful book called The Bishop. And I just want to really dive deep into the creation of that book and how it all started, And also on his left side is also his wife, his partner in crime. And I just want to hear her part because she had a lot to do with his success in the book. And she really put his book out she put his book out to be like a successor. So today we have author Seth Benjamin Jr.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Yes.
I'm just so very happy that you're here, man. I remember when I was editing the videos, I was looking at it and it was out of focus, and I was like, oh man, the conversation was so good. We was talking, and it could have gone on for like 2-3 hours, but I'm glad that you're back and better.
No problems. I'm glad to be here.
Gotcha. All right.
Well,
so
I want to ask you a question. Jump right in.
Okay.
What sparked you to want to write this book, and how long did it take you to write it?
I love to do storytelling. I always sit down in my mind. I always used to imagine different things, and a lot of times when my father used to take us to the movie back in New York, growing up, I used to look at them different old classic movies, Uptown Saturday Night, Let's Do It Again, and The Godfather I liked, and I started writing different manuscripts, and I used to always tell my father, if I would have done this movie, I would have done it a little different, and he said to me, Seth, shut up. Unless you're going to do better, then you do it. If not, be quiet and enjoy what someone else did. So I said, okay, no problem. I did that. So in the meantime, I used to be in trouble, be on punishment for little stuff, nothing major. But so in the meantime, while I'm on punishment, couldn't watch too much TV, couldn't go outside. So I had some, I used to just write different manuscripts, and I'd have in my mind, like, I'm doing this movie, and this is the screenplay, this is what I'm doing, and I'm thinking of different ideas, different creativity, and I put it all together. I even have the playlist, what songs I want to be played in it. I even think about the actors and the actress who I want in it, and that's where it came from.
So pretty much you already got it set for a movie role.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I'm already. That's the way I aim for, and then I was like, all right, this is what I got. I want this to be in the movie. Then once reality hit me, you gotta go through different steps.
Gotcha.
I think God gave me the vision already, but then I gotta push it, take my steps, and learn. So manuscripts, I learned that. And then next thing, becoming a book, a novel. So that's what it sparked me.
So we heard in the book that this beautiful young lady here was a great inspiration.
Yes.
So Let me ask her, what was your part? When he started to want to put this together, what was your part? What did you do?
Good afternoon. My part was I read a couple of his books that he wrote, and when I read them, I was so amazed and inspired how he put the book together and how he put music, how he put different characters that he wanted to play when it goes to a movie. He had the different music, different different actors, actresses. And I was amazed because I said, God really put something on you to be able to do this. Not everybody can do this. So when I read them, I took it to 3 different publishers. And I took 2 of his books. And I asked them, I let them read them. And they read them. She picked out 2 of them. One of them was Bishop. She looked at it. She read it. I put her on a conference call with him. And he said, you took my books and put it out there to someone? I said, I did. You've been sitting on these for many years. Why didn't you do anything with it? He said, I never had anyone to push me. So I said, wow. So when we did that, she spoke to him. She told him what was what. They talked. He was happy after that. And then this is where we came from. The book came out, Bishop.
It was funny because the manuscripts that I wrote, that was my personal possession. That was something I do off, just from a crazy day at work, something, my outlet. So she told me, she said, you're going to be mad at me, but I took 2 of your manuscripts. So I'm like, hey, we new in this marriage, and you went in my vote and took my personal stuff, like you violated me. I didn't want the world to see that.
Right.
Then she said, well, 3 publishing companies liked it, and they want to meet you, and they want it. So now I'm like, huh? So I'm like, for real? Word? And that's when the moment the tears came down, like, somebody actually loved my storytelling. So I was like, no one ever did that to me, like what she did. It was like I was looking at Hustle and Flow, they're getting that record deal, and she went to do that, and I'm like, wow, this was something on my bucket list, and now it became a reality. And I sat with the different publishing people, and I went with Page by Page. Page by Page was, they already wrote some faith-based books. They love, like she said, it was 2, Midnight Madness and Bishop. So their team loved both of them, but they wanted to push Bishop. So I'm like, you do know Bishop is a godfather in the underworld. There's some ratchet stuff that go on here. They said, but the transition that you show that God had his hand on him, taking him from the darkness to the light. And that journey is powerful. And the love, the romance and action, I'm like, okay. So now I'm still trying to be cool and calm. So we did a Zoom, and that's one thing about Zoom. You better make sure watch what you got on the back of your walls.
Yes.
Everybody ain't looking at you. They looking so. We was on the Zoom, and they saw a picture, and they inquired about that picture, which was the picture on the front of the book. And they said, that picture there. And I said, that was taken about 5 years ago?
Yes, 5 years ago.
We took it, and on the original picture, Ilana was in the background where I'm standing at. And it was one of my soprano moments. I just wanted to look like, the Don. Didn't know that later on it would actually be that I would be playing this character. And she loved it, and she said, let's use that picture.
That's this picture.
That's that picture right there. And I said, okay. So they used that. Then we turned around. We started talking about the different characters, bringing them a little more to reality, use different more pictures. So I said, okay. So now I had to get some of my childhood pictures growing up, transitioning myself from a young male to a man, and at the same time playing this character, Don Bishop. And then I had to put different people that was in my circle and family, and I had to look out for my mother. You know, that was another
Yes.
fan of mine, so I put her in
Yes.
there. The journey, I mean, so many people love it, where it's reaching, and the storytelling. And I was so nervous and scared, but I started getting a lot of good feedback, and everybody wanted a secret publishing company. I call her Nisi. She said, you know, you got to do a sequel. And this is when the book wasn't even out yet. I said, sequel? I said, you know how much pressure that going to be on me? I said, okay, so I'm starting to get little different ideas of different how I want to do it. And in my mind, I already got it set up for part 2 and part 3.
See, okay, so question for like the storytelling version of you. I remember J.K. Rowling, who's the author of the Harry Potter series, and she was talking about her way of storytelling and how she had to move out of her entire environment, like where she lived, in order to, like, she moved to Scotland to get more creative juices going, in order for her to finish the series and finish the books out. So is there a specific environment that you have to be in order for you to like write, or you can be in any type of environment?
I was in my living room at the table, right? I got them Beats headphones on, and I'm listening to my playlist. I have to put certain music together that makes me think of becoming this character. I love all type of music. I got my playlist in this book was from Phil Collins. It was from Notorious B.I.G. It was from Marvin Sapp. It was a different variety for different times and periods where I get to different chapters. I start playing this. And some of my songs is, I just love music, and I be into it, and I'm like,
And get you in the zone.
I get in the zone, and I'm start writing. Now, sometimes I had to, you know, I'm in a new marriage, so what I did was, she gets off at 7. I get off at 5. I come home Monday through Friday, and if I have to write an hour, 2 hours till she step in the door, then I stop. The week she work every other weekends, I'm off on weekends. So the weekends she work, I get up Saturday morning. If I get me something to eat, I'm at that table, headphone. We doing 4 to 6 hours writing. I'll take a break, come back, so and then I might start on another manuscript, but that's how I've been
So
getting
the music is your motivator.
music. And then I think about, I want to be able, when I write, I want you to laugh, I want you to say, wow, and I want you to share a tear of emotion. I want to get that full package, like baking a cake. I want you to smile, cry, enjoy, and say, that was good. And that's what I aim for. If I can't get that, I'm not going to put my all in it. So that's it.
And that's important.
Yeah.
That's important. Well, earlier Isaiah was talking about the book. So who's Miss Jones?
See, I had to, Miss Jones, I had to come up with a character, because you have the gangster part, you have the faith part, but y'all women, y'all like that romance. I want to put a good romance without any filter of sex or anything, but just normal, old school, hi, how you doing, what's your name, like that. Ronald Owsley, I just want to take you out for a movie, something, building a relationship. And Miss Jones was, she was a DEA office. So Bishop was the godfather, but he came to a banquet and saw Miss Jones, and like, wow, that took his breath away. some in the book, people thought he was gonna mess with this woman, that woman. He wasn't. It was strictly business with everybody. But with Miss Jones, first of all, of his character, he wanted to come to her correct. Every woman loved that respect. How you talking to me, how come a conversation, learn to know my mind and everything, and that's what I want to show in the book. And then other eyes was on her too, but every man loved a challenge, competition.
Chase.
There was another character in there too, like her, but Mr. Bishop, it's like, hey, this is what I do. How you doing? And he got with her, and it was a part in there where they was at a banquet and they had an auction. And there was auction off a painting. Miss Jones wanted that painting, so she got in the auction. But some other individual, two other individuals was in that same auction, so they bidded it. They had made a bid too, but it was getting out of her range, her budget. This is a beautiful painting, so it was going up to maybe $50,000 for this painting. So when the person, which the other so-called AKA, he was a gangster too. He didn't know Bishop. Bishop didn't know him. So he got it, being messy, getting it from her, and Bishop seen it. And he seen that look on her face. So he could kill two birds with one stone, because now she gonna like me this, she more interested, and I'm a defender. So it went up to 50,000. She had stopped at 25. So the other person said, I want 50. So now if you ever see the auction, they go, all right, 50 here, 50 here, anybody else 55, 55. Yeah. So Bishop said, oh, if we're gonna play, let's play. 75,000. So now everybody now looking at, whoa, who's this in here now? So now Mr. Biggs looking 77. So Bishop at the table now, all eyes on him, and there was some pastors sitting there, and they were like, now this getting interesting, because they ain't never seen something like this. So he said, 80. If you want it, how much you gonna pay for it? So then I think it went up to, what was it, 100?
100,000.
100,000, and they stopped. So the other gentleman he wasn't going no further than that. You think about it, Don Bishop is a godfather, and he's, like I said, he's a real estate developer. He got his money is in different areas, so that was not hurting him.
Right.
And he was a businessman. And that stopped there. He got it, and he went over to the bar. Miss Jones was at the bar, and she said, "You do know how to make a way into a place that no one knows you." And he said to her, "Now catch this. This is one of them old. See, us old school. That's one of them old Billy D. Williams movies." Your eyes told a story of that picture, and I wanted you to have that, right? So she looked at him. When you read the book, she looked at him like, she smiled. She was tickled all inside, but as a woman, she knows she had to compose herself. She didn't want to give in right there. So she said, well, someone else is behind you coming to you, so I want to see how this going to work with you. Thank you very much. And she moved off, and now Mr. Biggs come there, and he said, you gave a good show, I never had the pleasure to meet you. So Don Bishop, he's a gentleman. I'm Don Bishop, and your name? And they exchanged name. He said, Don Bishop said later on, bring more money next time, all right? And that was it. So it was okay. So, but But the story, it's a beautiful. I love it. And the second part, because now everybody got this. Now I got to get the drama in the second one, and some folks when they read it, you see at the end, Don Bishop, God delivered him. His mother played a very part in his life. His mother said to him, she always wanted him to be a pastor, to lean more on God. When he was doing his transition and doing business meeting, 3 pastors walked by him and they introduced themselves. They shook his hand. And one pastor shook his hand and said, I see you leading a church, a couple churches. And Don Bishop looking at him like,
crazy.
Nah, that's not, sir, I don't know what you're seeing, but I don't see that. And that's not going to happen. That's never happened. And he said, never doubt God on his purpose for you.
That's
and
good.
He said, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you. And he left it like that. And later on, his mother told him, anything happened to me, I want you to do my funeral, the eulogy on it. And, as us, we're like, yeah, hit Tom Bishop, no problem. But really wasn't into that until that time came. And then he knew when he met Miss Jones, he got to change. And he's getting tired of the
same lifestyle.
The same lifestyle. He wants different now. The older you grow, you start maturing, you want different things in life now. He made it financially. He made a name for himself. And now he's ready to pass the torch to a gentleman that he was grooming because his uncle groomed him. And so that was, so he did that, and he knew to get his heart, when that love hit you,
and that's good that you put a romantic part in there. But I wanted to ask you a question. Your book, is it geared to show someone who's actually living that lifestyle, that there is an opportunity for change? There's a chance that you really can do this, even though it's a fiction, right?
Right.
Okay, but still the message is you can change. You can change no matter what's going on. You can change if you're tired, because that's what it's saying. You said, I got tired. So to a person that's there, that may be tired, what would you say?
And that's for anybody who's dealing with, it no matter what sort of life you're in. When you're tired. Being tired, I heard a famous, one of my mentors, she was a pastor, she said, when you're tired of being tired, you get on your knees and pray. And you ask God, you talk to God. You talk to him just like how I'm talking to y'all. And you ask him, you don't want to stop no more.
Right.
Save me before, something happens. And anybody who's going through this, anybody who's thinking about the only way out is suicide, only way out is I can't get out, this and that. No, you're too much value. You got so much value in it. Everyone got a purpose in them. And God is, you can always just talk to God. He's going to work it out. Get yourself around. And a lot of people don't have a good support team around.
Right.
That's true.
A circle. You don't need 10, 15 people. I learned that. My father always said, you can tell who you're going to be, what you're going to be from your friends. And I didn't understand that back then. He said, you with 9 broken friends, you're going to be the 10th. If you always in jail, if they always in jail and in trouble, you'll be right in there. And I had to think about that. And my childhood friends, and it's so funny because I kept that in my mind, and I never want to go that route. And I was curious about jail, but I didn't never want to go through with it.
Right.
Nah, I wasn't going through it because I want to take my own shower by myself.
That's
I
right.
want my own food.
Right.
That's right.
And my childhood friends, all of them in my circle, we still today tight. Everyone graduated, have a family, and working good.
Mm-hmm.
And we still keep in contact.
That's awesome.
And no matter where life taking me, they never turn their back. And some of them been with me when my ups and downs in life in general. And for the people, it's not, like I said, this is a fiction book. It's none of that other,
Right.
it's just general men's, you go through relationships and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So they was there for me, and I'll never forget them. And I love them for that. I had some pastor friends too in my circle that they never pushed God on me like that. Even though God is always there with me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't, but I could be around them, and they do they go through their word and everything. It's just the friendship. So anybody who think that you can't change, you can. You got to believe in yourself.
That's right.
You got to believe in yourself and get with someone who's gonna lift you up, motivate you. If I'm blind, I'm gonna go speak with Ray Charles. No disrespect, beautiful music people, but if you can't see the vision, I can't see the vision. How you gonna lead me?
That's the scripture,
Exactly.
the blind leading the
Yeah,
blind.
yeah. So
We both fall in the ditch.
Right.
yeah, we both get in the elevator. Nobody know how to. That ain't gonna work. So I'll just say, yeah, just do that. Like the guys today, and when I speak to these young men in jail, I go down to the housing unit and I ask them, I'm like, y'all got so much talent. I'm seeing what they can draw. They making hats out of my blankets. I'm like, what the heck? Then I'm looking, I'm like, oh, I'm charging. But then I look, I say, yeah, that's a hat. How you do this? And I'm like, this is good thing. I'm going to jump on him. But when I come by, I'm saying, yo, look at this. Bracelets and all the chain. I'm saying if they put that talent
To use.
but they need a coach, somebody to tell them,
Yes.
And I tell them, you know what the guy said to me? He said, Mr. B, he said, I want to do good, but I go home. Everybody doing the same thing what I was doing in there. There's no one, so it's hard for me how I'm going to get out to my environment where I don't have the finance, I don't have the housing.
Exactly.
So I'm in that pot, that crab pot. And he said, everyone talks good, especially these politicians. They come around every 4 years when it's time to go, we can do this, we can do that. But at the end of the day, I got to go back on in that neighborhood. Who's there? Only one who going to support. I don't have a family. I grew up without a father. My mother was high and doing drugs. That gang right there, that neighborhood gang is the only one who pulled me in. The only one who give me something to eat. The only one who I felt safe with. So what am I supposed to do? And I'm not one for loss of words, but he messed me up with that. I was saying, yeah. So it's like, he said, believe it or not, I get more inspirational when I'm in here.
Wow.
Wow, that's
With programs, meals. He said, you think about this. I'm out there, I'm homeless. I don't know where my next meal, where next breakfast coming from or not. I come in here, I get 3 meals a day, 2 hot and 1 cold. I guarantee I get a bed, I guarantee a shower, I get the best medical and dentist system. And yeah, my record's being messed up. It's just like a credit. My credit, but I could repair that, right? So, he said, so this is all,
This is all I
This is
know.
all he has.
this is comfortable for me. I got TVs in my living room. I can go out wreck. When I go out if I have to go to the doctor and anybody, I got 2 bodyguards gonna go with me all the time and a limo. I said, wow.
Being a director of a prison.
Yeah, because
it's some type
stories,
of experience.
Right? Yeah, it is.
Know, that's why your book, whether you realize it could inspire even them to know. Even though you on this side of the fence, you can
change.
You can change.
Right.
I told 2 guys before. I said, I saw them when they was juveniles and they young men. I showed them a picture of my toys, my vehicles, and I say, what I'm about to say to you, I don't know how you're gonna take it, but I'm a straight up person and I'm telling you facts. It might be hard, love, but I want you to understand what I'm about to say. And I want to know, did you get it? I say, you see these pictures? These are my toys. You pay for this. Stop allowing me to get toys. I don't want to get toys. If I got to sacrifice with you. So you know what I mean by that? I said, every time you come in here, I'm able to get another toy.
Wow.
So what are you going to do?
Wow.
I don't have a problem with the toys now. I love them. But if you stop coming in, then that helped me out because I ain't got to buy no more.
Wow.
So how you going to take that? I give something to leave a drop on his head.
Yeah, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
And one guy, he just cried. He's like, nobody never said something like that to me. He said one part of me is like, yo, how dare you? But then the other part, I'm telling the truth. Yeah.
That's so the book, you had a question.
Yeah, I had a question, but I wanted to I like the book. The book itself is very good and it's going to touch a lot of people's lives, especially people who have had dark times in their life back in the past. But this, if they read the book, if they buy it and read it, then it would give them a hint of motivation. What you just now said, man, it's like it just got my thoughts just going. Like how many people need support out there, and like a lot of people don't really have the support that they really need in order to get to their full potential. Like a lot of people didn't believe in them. A lot of people they can't turn to, and that story, I've heard that story before, like with individuals who don't have nothing out here in actual society. So the only place they can go is the jail, because they know they have a guaranteed food. They know they have guaranteed bed. They know they know they're gonna be surrounded with people and not alone like 24/7.
That's terrible.
So, but it's terrible. But it's like that's their reality, which is sad.
You see what I'm saying? When you get that low and that's your only choice.
Yeah.
That's your only choice. That means that as a society, we're really in trouble. If that person wants to change,
and they can't.
Like he said in the book, he wanted to change, but he had started people that could help him change. He was able to be around them. But it's something when you want to change,
and you don't have nobody else,
and you don't have that support, you know.
You standing on that block. You ever drive down that block where it's have a sign, dead end? You stand on that block. It's
nowhere else to go.
Nowhere else to go.
But you have some that they get locked up every winter because they know that they have a warm place to stay. And they say that
also.
Yes. And they tell you that they do something just to get locked up for the winter because they have a meal, 3 meals a day, hot showers, and they have a place to lay their head and they're safe. In the summertime, they're good because they walk the street and people panhandle, they give them money, they feed them and everything. But in the wintertime, it's cold and they have nowhere to go. So they get locked up in the wintertime and then they get out by spring and they're good.
So
and
they
it's sad.
These
know
guys,
the
these,
system.
Yes.
yeah, they got these guys are
Yes.
surviving.
Yes.
Like they're full on surviving. They're trying to live to see another day, and it's sad. And I want to move, like I want to steer the conversation because I don't want to get too deep and too dark. But this book is definitely a drama for sure. It's definitely a drama mixed with more romance and also like a little bit of action. So what is the niche for 629 Entertainment when it comes down to like when in the later future when you start making more books and then you turn those books into actual movies? Is there a genre to 629 Entertainment, or you just want to target like all genres, action, drama, romance? You want to be more like a Tyler Perry more than a what's like the Russo brothers or something?
I won't. You hit me with a bunch of questions. All right. This was well, in my vote, I got manuscripts for all different types of stories. This is just the gangster part. The next one that's coming out is Midnight Madness. This is about a pastor walking on faith. God want him to go down south, and he's living in Maryland to save souls. And that's when you're gonna say, you know what, Arthur Benjamin, man, he is creative.
So let me ask you this: so most of your books are really gonna be geared like Christian based.
Yes,
Right.
I gotta have that in there.
Where you put God. God is in it to show that He is Almighty. That He can change you.
No matter what.
No matter what.
He's going to go. Now, it's going to show you, like Midnight Madness, God is putting this pastor through boot camp. And there's some things going to happen to him. But him and his wife, you tell him, let me say this, and when you telling a black mother, a wife, hey, we moving down south because God talked to me through this vision, and you got 2 kids up there that you got to relocate them. See, you ain't married yet, but
no, not yet.
These 2 ladies here can look at you and say, "Man, that ain't happening like that." So, but he talked to him, but he's also gonna be talking to her, and how he talks to him is through. Remember before I say I love my music. The Holy Ghost gonna speak to his heart. But he get that confirmation somehow, some way, some type of music is playing on the radio, and that song is strictly for him. Everything that God told him is in the lyrics of that song. Did you just hear that? That was powerful. And
a signal.
That's the signal. And he's going to touch the wife like that. And she going to remember, I stand with my husband. In spite of where I know God is leading him. So I got to stick with him. And that's that backbone. And she's going to commit as a partner, as a wife, through his journey. Because it's not only his journey, it's her journey. And they went through it. They came down to the south. They auditioned for a church because the church was looking for a pastor. And this church is a all-white Baptist church. He went down first to go for the audition and everything. They liked the way they talked to him and everything. They told him, all right, we voted for you so far, but we want you to do Bible study, Sunday school, and then do the word for the day on that Sunday where family, friends will be coming in. Now, mind you, their audience are low. Their membership is low. Now, on this deacon board, you have Caucasian deacons. Some of them are not used to changes. So they told him, we don't have a choir, so we can't help you with that. He said, no problem. My wife sings. She's used to doing it. We have that taken care. They said, no problem. Everything is good.
Don't tell the whole book.
I ain't gonna tell you now. I'm gonna leave it like that. Well, I'm gonna jump around.
We want to leave some suspense.
Right.
Yeah, but God's gonna do something that's gonna affect him, that whole family, and now it's a choice. At the same time, it's a major situation gonna happen where the community is dependent on him because he's the voice. They come to him for refuge. His wife is going to depend on him. His children's going to depend on him. And God is dependent on him. And he don't know what to do. In spite of this tragic situation, he don't know what to do, but he's going to do what I gotta let you read the rest.
Yeah, you gotta leave it right there. Suspense.
And going back to Bishop groomed some people in there because some people didn't have another way. They didn't have an out. But with his mentorship and his business mind, he helped other individuals grow.
Right.
He helped other individuals grow to have a legit job. Someone messed with his sister. Now, he's the godfather of New York. He gets word that someone messed with his sister boyfriend. You remember that part.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Nah.
And he sent a message. He sent a message to him. And this individual was locked up. But that's just what I'll leave that.
Yeah,
I just want to give a little. Then there was another situation where he was a real estate developer. He was a real estate person. And he had a couple buildings, and you read that part when he went to pick up the rent. He said, "Let me do this. I haven't done this in a while." And his loyal friend that always followed him, Moses.
Yeah.
Moses loved Bishop. Moses didn't.
You gotta have a Moses with you.
You gotta have a Moses with you.
That man is with.
Moses is no joke.
Yeah, Moses is no joke. He would protect. He would give his life up for Bishop. That's what type of time he's on. Yeah.
And it's people like that in real life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so loyal. They're faithful. It's hard to find them.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard to find them.
It's very few.
It's very few. But when you find them, you don't have to convince them to love you and protect you.
Right.
They will.
Right.
They're just that loyal. Yeah.
And Bishop, he was groomed from his Uncle Mike. And Uncle Mike always told him, stay focused, stay humble, and mind your business. Don't get into everything.
That's a fact.
Watch people move. Because they laugh and joke with you today, but tomorrow it's back to business.
Right.
You late or anything. And he showed him that, and he wanted to keep that legacy going, but Bishop wanted wanted out.
What was your best part in the book?
My best part was whereas Miss Jones, where you can take a gangster in the street and make him turn to a pastor. You're a great woman.
That was good. That was good.
But on the second note, I always tell everybody, a woman can't change a man, but she can enhance him. There's a difference. Because a man got to change within himself and God talking to him.
Right.
The woman can enhance him. What I mean by enhancing, y'all women know, like, oh no, you ain't wearing that. No, baby, I think you gonna do this. Y'all have a way of talking to that man, and that man, that love for him that he have for you, he gonna change. I wouldn't care, because we're alphas. Mm-hmm. If we feel it, the chemistry, let me say, this is just me saying this,
right.
Mm-hmm. You don't care what it takes, you're gonna do it. Where you want that woman, plus she already put her cards on the table that this is the way she want to be treated. You can't come to her any type of way, because she has respect for herself first. Mm-hmm. She has to be a solid woman, have respect for herself first. Mm-hmm. And she's independent and everything. So it's like she's the CEO of her brand. Mm-hmm. Her brand is her last name. Mm. Now when Bishop come in, he's the CEO of his last name. So when he want to merge with her. So as women, first thing we are looking at, like, love is good. They can want to do that, but she also want to make sure she's not going to put her life in jeopardy.
Right. She want to be safe.
She want to be safe, protected. Mm-hmm. And so what he's going to do, he's giving that lifestyle up because he want to make that happen.
Make sure she's okay.
Yeah. So he's going to do that.
And that is so true. I think with women, you want to want someone that's financially able to enhance you also and support you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Support the children, support the household.
Right.
But protection, to know when I'm with you, I'm safe.
Right.
Or I feel safe.
Right.
And a lot of times, I don't know if everybody that's dating get it. Mm-hmm. That women want to feel protected. That's why when someone says something to a woman and she with a man, she looked at him like,
you gonna say something?
You want to say something?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because she want to feel protected. Not that we can't handle it now.
Right.
Because you have women. Yeah. I mean, you got some.
You
got some that.
Get a woman pissed off. You see.
But that's an important factor. And you said something that was key. You can't change a man. Mm-mm. You can enhance him. Mm-hmm. But on the inside, he got to want to change. Right. You can't change really anybody.
Yeah.
They got to want to change. Mm-hmm. Something inside got to click. Mm-hmm. Something on the inside got to say, I want something different. Right. I want to live different. Right. I want to do different. Right. I want to move somewhere different. Right. Mm-hmm. And then when that happens to them, it's easy to enhance that. Right. It's easy to say, okay, you want to change? Mm-hmm. You want to live a righteous life? Right. Well, let me show you. This is what I do. Right.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. Let me share this.
That's right.
So if this enhanced me, it made me better, so try it. Right. Mm-hmm. But if that person is not willing, that's a key fact. Yeah. If that person is not willing, you can't change it. It's not going to happen.
And then you want to work together as one. Mm-hmm. Right. You want to be able to be partners, not be one-sided. Right. You want to work together.
And, and in the book, Don Bishop, I think he had dinner with Miss Jones, and that's when the conversation started getting kind of deep. Like, where you see yourself in 2 years? Where you see yourself in 5 years? So he want to know what's your goal? Right. Mm-hmm. And that's always and as for a woman as to a man, where you see yourself at as well. These are the same question, because your goal and my goal might be two different goals. But if it's something similar, like we can work to this together, if I allow that to, merge with you, it can, it could be good. Mm-hmm. Because everyone always want to be better than where they was at. It don't make no sense. I'm coming to you, Bishop want to make sure that Ms. Jones ain't coming there with a bunch of luggage like she going on an international trip. He already got some luggage.
I don't want to carry yours.
I'm trying to dump mine off now. So the same thing. And that's just in life. Any woman meet a man who get a woman, you know, you want to get to that table. This is where we got to identify the elephant in that room.
We need to throw some stuff out of
Right.
that luggage.
Exactly.
We need to
Lighten it
that
up.
load. We gotta lighten that load.
We all got. I was getting ready to say it too.
Yeah.
When he said it, he was like, he talked about it. He talked about it at one of the conferences that you hosted
About
baggage.
the luggage.
About baggage. We all got baggage,
Baggage.
and if you got. If I got like one bag, but it's real heavy, and you got multiple different bags that's heavy, man, I can't hold your luggage for you.
That's
you know what I'm
right.
saying? You got to dump some of that stuff out.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
That's
you know?
right.
I don't mind, you know, like, matter of fact, my life is just an open book. Miss Yolanda, a.k.a. Miss Jones, and we came together. I wanted to know, you know, I know what my last chapter, I said, you know, I got a bag, you know, overnight bag. It's kind of heavy, a knapsack. Matter of fact, that knapsack right behind me. Well, I want to know what you got, you know. Let's talk. And, you know, if you had like 7 bags, like you going to Tokyo or somewhere.
Like, no.
Nah, I just tripped about it.
He asked me where I wanted to be. I told him I wanted his job.
Director.
That's what I wanted.
Sister,
I wanted his job.
And I like that because you know what? You're going to still work. You're going to work. You're going to work. You know.
Yeah, I'm not about to hand it out to you. You got to work for it.
You got to work for it. And it's funny because her boss, me and him like brothers, and he worked for me first. And the first day, when he came for his interview, I sat around on the panel. So I said, where you see yourself in 5 years? And he said, no disrespect, sir. I want your job. So I said, okay, you want my job? He said, that's where I want to be. So I said, that means you're going to be coming to work. You're going to put your all in and everything. Sure enough, man became a deputy director in, 5 years.
Wow, he was serious.
Yeah, he was.
And now he's a director. Yeah. Man, so we always tell that story where we go to places to get together today. And that's my brother. I mean, when I came to president of the South Carolina Jail Administrator Association, I grabbed him, man. You got to be president too. Come on behind me because
that's good.
I know he got my back.
That's good.
Yeah, he done it. I done it. So everything we do together, and that's brotherhood. You know, I mean, I went through some time in my last chapter of my life, and I had to live with that man, and I never heard none of my business out in the street. That's true.
That's awesome.
Loyalty.
True.
But the Moses.
Yeah.
That was my Moses.
That got your back.
Yeah,
I got your
But
back.
since we're talking about plan, what's the plan for 629 Entertainment?
Oh, 629. I had to, Bishop was coming out. I got one opportunity to make Bishop as big as possible. And I needed a platform to do it. So I thought of, God gave me the vision of 629 Entertainment. 629 is the month of my birthday and the date of my birthday.
I knew that.
And entertainment that's what I'm going to be giving you. Entertainment.
Right.
So, and I want to help other young authors or older authors, anything they doing, and entrepreneurs. And if I could be a tool with that, to use that platform to go ahead. So I got to make sure I do all I can to get this working. And that's what, and I tell everybody, when you become an entrepreneur, it blessed me because me as being a director, me as being on different platforms, you got one opportunity. God told me, he said, you got one opportunity. Your appearance got to be good. Your delivery got to be good. And the quality of anything you do got to be good. Anything come from my office, going out and memos, anything, it's like it's coming from the White House. I might be a small facility, but you won't know that because of the work that you see that's coming out. Producing. So, and I thank Ms. Jasmine Harley, my administrative assistant, for that.
Shout out.
Yeah, I got to give her a shout out.
Shout out.
And she did that, and I had some mentors too that helped me with that. And anything I do, when I walk out, when you see them cameras on me, I'm in my suit. I got my outfit on. I'm talking and I'm making sure when I talk that I'm delivering a powerful message, something to leave for something in your head to think about, and I thank God for that. Mm-hmm. So 629, I learned from Master P. You your own advertisement. We spoke about this earlier. Anything I do, I got to advertise it because it's all I got.
That's right.
You know, I have nobody back me up on that.
That's right.
And I lost my father. When I lost him, that was my everything. You know, Mom, she's still there, so I got to make sure she's good. But
that's
yeah,
right.
so
right.
in the meantime, that's all we got now. Now we in the team together. We merge here.
That's what I'm talking
about.
Yeah,
we merge
like
here.
Having
So
a team.
Yeah.
You know, what do you say? Team we.
Team we.
I was watching that someone say team me. Well, it was
there's no I in team.
Something Martin played. She said we were team me or team something. Yeah. It was a movie. It was a movie. Roscoe Jenkins.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.